Happy Wednesday. Adjust my shirt. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I just wanted to come on really quick. I say that, but who knows if it's going to be quick. And just share some thoughts that I had. Just wanted to share some thoughts, give some praise reports. I want to break down a little bit the post that I had yesterday, so that's going to be it. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Just some few things that I wanted to share that were on my heart. I think the first thing I wanted to talk about is the excitement of birthing. I've never been pregnant before, but you might have seen some of my posts where I talk about like I'm just in this process where I'm like something is being born, and I've had these kind of like visual experiences of like the head coming out and like the shoulders. And so yesterday in the middle of like a workout, I just felt like I was like, oh, the baby is out. It's just the umbilical cord, I think, is like the piece that's still in there, and like what is that? The placenta sac. I don't know. You moms may know. So anyways, I just felt like this birthing process has happened, and it's been so spiritual for me because it's been such a long time of the wilderness, which is it's totally fine. I've learned to love the wilderness, but such a long time of the wilderness state to finally get to the place where I'm like, the Lord is creating something new. The Lord is doing something new. He's creating a new experience in me. And so it's also on the heels of a little bit of some healing that the Lord has done. And I know some of you may know the narrative of fear of success, which to me used to sound so silly because I was like, well, what does that even mean? Like, I know people are afraid to fail. I know people are afraid to mess up, but like, how can you actually be afraid to succeed? Like, what does that mean? And I didn't realize that I actually had that issue. I don't really know the details of it, but the way my fear of success played out was I didn't want to shine too bright. I didn't want to be too noticeable. I didn't want to be too seen. I didn't want too much attention. And so if I could keep myself just mediocre, don't get too excellent, because, you know, if you're excellent, then you're going to stand out. So I kept myself extremely like mediocre. And the way that I would do that was to not allow myself to learn a certain skill. So if I wanted to learn something, I would literally either learn it only halfway or 75% or 90%, because I knew that if I learned 100% of what I was trying to do or mastered what I was trying to do, then I would succeed and I would be great. Now, if I accidentally mastered what I was trying to like avoid mastering, then I would sabotage my results. So I would get super, like I would master something and then I would do it and then I'd get these crazy results and then I would just stop myself. I would procrastinate. I would self-sabotage. I wouldn't do it anymore. And to continue to be mediocre, continue to play small. And that was actually how my fear of success showed up in my life. Where it was rooted from, I don't really know. That's something that the Lord is still speaking into me about like where that narrative came from. Why did I feel like I needed to diminish myself? Why do I feel like I need to play small? So yeah, so the fact that we're birthing and the baby is out and it's just like the placenta sac is the only thing that's left is super cool, because it's been such a long time of like, I'm just like, well, you know what? I'm ready to do this. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for the next level. And the Lord's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. But then he's like, okay, well, this thing's in the way. So the fact that this baby is born and I'm ushering this new world from the supernatural to the natural is a really cool experience. It's a long, long time coming. So anyways, just wanted to share that for anyone that may be dealing with the fear of success, how that looks like, how that plays out in your life. Either you play small, you self-sabotage, or you prevent yourself from being excellent so that you can avoid shining too bright. So there's that. Also, I don't know why, but I'm like super hype and I'm like super on one. And I'm like, Lord, help me. Okay, so anyways, what I really wanted to talk about today was this little mini masterclass. And it was a post that I made, and I said, I have it here. You have to post every day or your coaching business won't grow. Now, obviously, if you read the post, I was doing that as a way, like an attention grabbing headline to bring you in. That's not what the post is about. The context of the post said true and false. So if you have been watching the coaching space, this is a huge narrative where one strategy that everyone says to do is that you have to post every day, you have to show up every day, you have to go live every day, you have to do all of these things in order to grow your business. So what I said in the post is that yes, that is one strategy if you yourself have decided to use organic content marketing as your way of growing your business. If you have committed to that, then yes, you need to show up with potency and show up with content in order for your business to grow and in order for your business to be seen. Because if you're not posting, then essentially you don't have visibility. And if your content isn't trending or going viral or spreading brand awareness, you don't have visibility for your stuff to be seen. So in theory, yes, you have to post every day, but that's only if you have decided that that is the route you want to take, right? And when you do it correctly, then yes, you'll bring in the followers, you'll bring in the sales, you'll bring in the brand equity and all of this stuff. So again, context. However, the point that I was trying to get across is that that's not the only way to grow your coaching business. That is literally one way. So you can go back to my old posts, my recent posts where I talk about the benefits of organic content and the benefits of leveraging automated funnels. You need both. You just have to give yourself context as to why you're using it. So sometimes what happens though with organic content is that you can feel like you can feel capped in your creativity, because if you don't want to show up every day, then sometimes you're just posting just to post. And if you don't strategically understand how to post, then sometimes you're just throwing things out there to see what sticks. And so what happens is that this experience that began could, for some people as something that's fun, right? It's like, I love posting content. I love being in the creative space. I love doing live launches. I love doing all these things. It ends up starting to feel like a burden, because when you only rely on that to grow your business, then what happens is that burden begins to get heavy, because you have to carry the responsibility of cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. And so when you create a strategy that you have to carry the burden to keep your business running, it starts to make content not feel fun. Starts to make live launches not feel fun. It starts to feel like an obligation, which again, you have to show up in your business regardless, but it starts to suck away the magic, okay? Because there is a duality between being extremely creative and then being sustainable and predictable. They go together. And so what happens when you're only relying on content is that you carry the burden of keeping your cash flow running on top of serving your clients, on top of wanting to live your life, on top of wanting to go to the next income level, on top of all the things, okay? So time and place for content, but it is not the only way to grow your business. So if you're looking at content that says you have to do that or else your business is going to fail, then again, you have to stick that load for you. You can leverage your automation to carry your marketing and your sales load so that you don't have to be the one to show up every day in order to make sure your business has cash flow. It's the same as, choosing to use organic marketing, except for you just have, automations firing off doing the work for you. And I talked about this before. Using automated sales funnels, marketing and sales funnels can bring sales in faster, because instead of posting a single piece of content every single day, expecting your followers to come back and, consume that content, because you rely on them to come back and consume that content so that you can paint the big picture of why you're the expert, why you can, solve their problem. An automated funnel takes your person through that process from like beginning to end. And they don't leave that process. They stay inside that window so that they can get nurtured through that customer awareness journey, like literally in one fell swoop. It can happen in instantly, where they're like, I didn't even know you and now I'm buying. It can happen in 7 hours. It can happen in 3 days, because it doesn't have to take 90 days worth of content in order for them to convert into a customer. So that is basically why I was saying, you having to post every day is not the only way that your business will grow. There is a time and place and context and reasoning for that strategy. There's other ways to grow your business as well. And I like to leverage funnels before I start working on my content. So when I got into the coaching space in 2020, I spent the first 3 months building out funnels. I say 3 months because that was also literally after coming off of a mental breakdown. So like your girl really wasn't producing I was literally sleeping like 15, 20 hours a day. So I could do literally only what I could do. But I knew that I needed a funnel because I physically did not have the bandwidth or the energy to show up online. I couldn't. And so I spent the first 3 months building the funnel and mapping all the stuff out so that then I have the space to be creative, do the content, do all the stuff, and do all the live launches. In the meanwhile, on the back end, I had my funnel running for me and bringing in the sales, which again gave me mental freedom, right? So that I don't have what am I going to post today? How am I going to show up, right? Because when you don't have mental freedom, your post becomes, what do I say today to get someone to buy? Versus what's in my heart? Right now, I wanted to share with you guys what was in my heart. I don't know why the Lord was share with them your story about the fear of success. And I'm okay, I'm just going to be obedient to that. But that's on my heart. Not what do I say today to get you guys to buy? That's not the posture, right? We know you're supposed to make money in business, but that's not the posture. That's not how I want to lead my creative energy. And so when you have that mental space, because you know that money's being made on the back end, bringing in targeted people, you get to stay in this creative flow while you have predictable sustainability working for you in the back end. And so I did that, and that gave me that space. And it also gave me physical space because like I said, I was literally sleeping 20 hours a day. When I first got out of the hospital, they had me on this medication, and literally I was asleep for so long. And until I got off of it, I could not function. I could not produce. And so having the funnels was a blessing. So yes, anyways, so that's kind of just the little mini masterclass I wanted to break down, just kind of give you some context, help you kind of understand what's going on in the industry. You don't have to post every day to grow your business unless you have decided that is the strategy that you want to use. You can leverage things like automation and, sales funnels to carry the heavy lifting, to take the burden off of you, to be the one that brings in the cash flow, right? Because you already know if you don't have cash flow in your business, you don't have a business. And then if you are making money from your content, if you don't show up, if you have not compounded the results where now all of a sudden you have brand equity and people are coming into your world, you experience those income dips where you have to build the momentum and build the momentum up. And so, and that part too sometimes can be psychologically, damaging, right? But how much more peace will you experience if you have a sales machine running in the back end that's making you money? And that way you get to stay in your creative zone. You're well, what am I going to do this month? What kind of fun launch do you have space for creativity to flow, because there isn't the burden of the cash flow. And there also isn't the energy change of, oh my God, I need to make money. I need every post to make money. I need you to, every person is a sale. Every post is a sale. You're tracking all the things. It doesn't become that. You get to have that freedom. And so that's the duality of them playing together, but also recognizing, what it's about. So am I saying that to say, don't let marketing jargon or the industry talk confuse you, get you distorted, right? Have context, have a holistic perspective, understand the principles behind what's being said so that you can make informed decisions. Okay? So that's basically it. I think that's all I have to say today. Yeah, and also too, funnels aren't cold. You get to create that same unique brand experience that you would in the content and in your content, and you can really make this fun experience that people have when they go through your funnel. And that was one thing a lot of people say to me is they're I'm trying to reverse engineer your funnel because it was so good. And it was I just felt like I was, on the phone with you or hanging out with you. And I was oh, really? Okay, cool. So you get to experience that too. And like I said, then it just gives you free time. And then, space to think. So yeah, the benefits of automated funnels and the benefits of posting content every day. But, you don't just need funnels to grow your business, and you don't just need content to grow your business. Time and place, you need both. So anyways, that is it, guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Honestly, this week has been so good. Oh my God. I just was Lord, you were so faithful and you were so good. There's just the way that this week has been served up, the way that I've experienced the things that I've experienced, the calls that I've had, the call that I just got off of, literally, I'm so sweaty. I was I'm so sweaty. This is the Holy Spirit. And I was we're talking about so many things. I could talk about this forever. And I was my life is so good. This is so good. And guess what? I haven't made a post today, and I'm actually in the process of writing a post because I felt like the Lord was downloading a post, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different posts that I'm writing right now. But guess what? I get to write those things and not feel like, oh my God, I need to put this out today or else I'm not going to make money. Oh my God, I need to taint this creative process because I need to make money. I need to keep my cash flow running, right? Like, that if you're trying to get to 7 figures, 10 figures, whatever, 8 figures, you can't be doing content for the rest of your life. So there's a certain point where you have to pass that off, or also leverage automation, leverage things that buys back time, buys back mental freedom, buys back your physical freedom, so that you get to be in this space. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm downloading 4 posts right now. I'm in the process of writing them. There's no feeling of rush to get them out. They're going to come out whenever they come out. And they're going to hit, and they're going to be potent because it's going to be from my heart. It's going to be from what I want to share from my unique perspective, on top of having sales and marketing, strategy behind it and psychology behind it. But it's not going to be because I need you to buy from me that I have this desperation to create this content. I have a funnel running in the back end that literally the last 3 days has 500 new people coming through that funnel from a 2-sentence post that I made. And that's it. Thank you. Yeah, girls, stages and delegate. Like, you have to start to move through these stages. Content isn't the only thing. It's one of the things. It's a piece of the big picture. So anyways, everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm actually going to go work out since I'm already so sweaty in these clothes. You can't see it, but I'm sweating. So I'm just going to work out anyways. And then, today, I mentioned it yesterday in my stories. Today, I'm actually doing my own trainings. So I'm going to go do my own trainings.